So this is day one of the start of my food forest. This is the existing land that I've got to work with. I've already got a couple of rows of fig trees here, so I'm going to start in this patch here. We're also going to put a pool right here, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get some beds and trenches put between these two rows of trees. That's my idea anyway. So at the moment I'm just sieving off the soil, I suppose, and making some pile of mulch for the trenches, getting rid of all the little rocks from the top. That's going to go over there to build a concrete base for the pool. And then I guess I'll bring some compost. I'm going to dig a couple of trenches through here for some veggies, plant a few more fruit trees in between the figs, and this will be the beginning, step one of my food forest. Well, day one clearing doesn't look like much. It's been bloody hard working 40 degrees. The beginnings of my border wall. The beginnings of my mulch trench. Most of the scrubby stuff cleared from between these two bits anyway. Still lots to do. Okay, so progress report. This is the food forest. This is day two, but it's not day two. There's many hours of work gone into creating all of these different beds and paths. And just about to plant the first tree. Fingers crossed we can keep it alive. Ta-da! So we should have done it before and after, but we're halfway through production of clearing the terrace from that scrubland into a nice terrace this side and a new veggie patch that side. So we're getting there. Work is underway. I've seen online people wondering what the hell to do with their land with all these rocks and slate. Some people have been saying what can the dogs do, they're not very comfortable laying in it all, and well, I can highly recommend raking it all back. It's a lot of effort, but I think it's going to leave us a nice even bit of land that we can plant a clover field on, which doesn't need a lot of water. And I think is a good solution. Just endlessly raking rocks, but I think it's worth it. This is what all the land did look like. All these tractor marks and weeds and rocks everywhere. And then if you look back, it looks so much better. Separated little guilds, fruit tree guilds, that we're going to separate off, and then there's a big section there in the middle where we're going to do our grocery store food forest. Greenhouse will go there. Pool will go there. It's starting to take shape now. Me today to get this flat. I'm going to miss this place. Off to the UK. It's all going to be grass, hopefully. I'm trusting Darren to water it in and grow me a clover field while I'm back in the UK. I do here, which is our pool foundation. Woo! So, the food forest begins here. The neighbour dropped us off some compost the other day. Only 4 bags, but it's a start. Bless him, he's driven it all the way up here for us and dropped it off at our door. Food forest update video. Haven't really planted much in the guilds. They're all ready to go. Just really waiting till after August now because we've missed the season, but we've got a few things in. Squash, getting there. Some babies. A couple of melon plants. This one. Look. Oh, bugger. Just pulled the flower off. Not fast to call yet, and I just pulled the flower off. I think it liked the shade of the weeds. This is the grocery row garden. Basically a few rows of everything mixed in really. So we start off with the fruit trees. Got one corn plant doing rather well. We have mango, an apple tree with a couple of apples. That is a blueberry. Got a pumpkin, sunflower, star fruit. That looked like it had died, but it's come back to life. Just took a little while to settle into the soil. Cherry. Another blueberry or berry. Plum. And tomatoes, just getting some flowers on there. A few tomatoes there. Starting to get some ground cover. Purslane, this is the newest addition, kumquat. Only planted that yesterday. Jojo berry, the almond, which was already here. And we've got a couple of pistachios. And a melon. Planted some tomatoes there, but that'll take a little while to come up. The border's doing well. Sunflower, hopefully we'll get a big sunflower and lots of melons. Everything's doing well on the irrigation now. The pineapples got bigger. And more melons. And gutted, I found out this isn't a passion fruit, but it is a caper. It's going crazy. Caperberry, gone wild all over the place. And discovered that's an apple. So yeah, it's a very exciting day today because we've got loads of extra plants and we've just found worms in the soil, which means our soil treatment has been working for the last year. We've finally got some decent soil that might actually not kill everything. So we've got another blueberry here. Look how big these have grown since only a week ago. Got our first sweet corn, check it out. So exciting. Oh my god, I've just seen we've got our first jojo berries. Yay! My forest carpet. Look how lush it is. Got a real big sunflower. Shining so bright. Sunset and fruit. Oh my god, check it out. We actually have running water outside the house. That's fucking mental. Oh my god! Oh, quick, get rid of it! After storm inspection, what is the damage? Never seen puddles there before. Kind of good for the land, but I think, Jesus, it's been decimated. Oh, there are leaves everywhere. Been blown off the trees. Jesus. Oh, my watermelons don't look very healthy, although I didn't know there was a massive great watermelon hiding under all of that. Bloody hell, but no, look what's happened to it all. No more happy leaves. Oh, the sunflowers survived. Hopefully some of this bounces back. That just looks decimated. But wow, lots of watermelons under there. Well, we can see where the dips are now for the trying to get our pool flat. So I shall begin the clean-up process after the storm. They're looking very sorry for themselves. All the leaves decimated. So, the garden's bounced back. Good to know. Looking lush again. Now I've got to go to the UK. Look at the ground cover. Well, I still don't have my pool, but I do have an abundance of squash. that I've returned from the UK to. Check out those babies. Going to be eating squash for a while. I think everything's thriving, finally. How many squash have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squash recipes, anyone? Yeah. Well, I've got my food forest or a jungle of squash. Got a lot of tomatoes over there. I can now say confidently I will get my food forest. And then just planted these rows of cabbages, I believe, and broccoli. Cabbages and broccoli. Planted some red cabbage. So, autumn update. What's been going on for the year? Well, this time last year, I seem to remember I had cleared this terrace, ready to lay a clover lawn, which, as you can see, never happened. So hopefully we're going to get my sprinklers on shortly, and I'm going to lay this in the next week, hopefully to give this some ground cover and keep it from eroding away and keep the weeds. Actually, this was covered in amaranth. I've just weeded everywhere. I'm not quite sure how to keep this down and give the clover field a chance. If anyone's got any tips. Am I wasting my time? Am I just going to be having another amaranth field? Another piece of the lemongrass. Spread it around, hoping that something will survive. The thing that survived the most, obviously, this year is the ground cover, the weeds. Anyway, and we've already lost a lot of these, but some are surviving, and the ones that are really doing well are the ones that we kept for longer in their pots before we planted them out, so maybe that's what we need to do. They just don't seem to survive at this sort of size, so lessons learned. Lots of them have died, really. But we have some. And a couple of aubergine that are just coming up now. And they've been in since June or July. They've only just started to come up for some reason. I thought aubergine season was over, but we've got one aubergine there. And quite a few flowers on that one. So this that I'd hoped would be a thriving food forest by the end of the year is still pretty much the same as when I left it last year, sadly. However, all of that, and that was just sand at the beginning of April, so we've done well there. Not as well as I'd hoped, but it's getting there. We might have got a good chance of it surviving next spring. Where's that bucket? I wonder how many there are. I don't know if you're supposed to leave a little bit on the end. That's a big one. Oh, see, look, I think is that bad? Probably bad to do that, isn't it?
I think it'll be okay. It'll survive.
So planted 3 rows of garlic today. Got a couple of stray garlic onions in there. And hopefully 3 rows of garlic to come. The lettuce seemed to like this home. Protected from the rabbits. New herb garden doing well. Created a new bed on the entrance. Really, I've just put things that were dying in pots over here. It's 2 Orlanders. They're looking very sorry for themselves. Hopefully they might survive. Bit of lemongrass. So we've got lots of new additions to the food. I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is the food forest. So I don't know whether you can see behind me, but this is the food forest in all of its glory in the winter. I would have thought it would have been the summer this year where it was all thriving, but no. It's loving the winter. Here in Spain, it definitely doesn't like July and August. Things are finally starting to flourish. And yeah, I've got lots of new additions. Got lots of berries. I've got lots of new guava. Lots of different varieties. I've got another mango, not a mango, I've got another avocado to put in today. And a kiwi because I killed the last 2 trying to plant them in August. So hopefully this time it will survive. We've got a new papaya tree. The nectarine's doing really well. And the cabbages. We'll soon have some cabbages. They are doing very well. Come with me. You can have a look at the papaya, which sadly has been really battered in the latest floods and storms. It's literally been battered. Poor thing, but hopefully it will survive. Most of the things are really loving the rain. My forest carpet is doing very well. So we have a gift from nature today. These apparently are saffron, and unfortunately the flower has fallen off. There's another one. Another gift of nature. Amazing. Apparently it's saffron. Amazing. I'm going to take it inside just like that. So I have done all this side of the land like this by hand. First side I did it raking, literally wrecked my back and couldn't walk. It's like a year later now. Now I can actually finally get out here and do this again. This time by hand. My hand a little bit hurts less than the rake. But it's got to be done. I'm nearly finished. Labour of love, as they say. And well, all these beds seem to be doing something, maybe trapping the water. Because if you look over there, that untouched field, in the storms, there's massive gashes where the land is just eroding. Over here, where we've created all these beds. Water's sinking into the soil, and it's working. We've got good soil, got worms, got mycelium growing, got mushrooms. It's amazing. So in the space of 1 year, we have transformed this land, and the food forest is well underway. And by spring, it should all be bursting into life. I can't wait. These rocks on this land are a nightmare. They do make good beds. Whoa! And we just got home. It actually looks green everywhere from all the rain. Quite bizarre. Anyway, look at my lettuces! They are loving it. Wow, my garlic's come up. That's good. I only planted them the other day. Well, finally, we have the plastic on the greenhouse. Woohoo!